Please welcome to the stage Sarah Stewart.
Hello, everybody. Oh, gosh, that's quite... Oh, blimey, that's heavy. Ooh. Wow, I'm not quite sure how to go on after that. Look, it's really hard living with a hoarder. My husband's got 3 lawnmowers. He says, you never know when we might need them. We live in an apartment. He's got... How many lawnmowers has he got?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, there you are. 4. Anyway, look, my consolation is that if ever my rubber plant needs a bit of a prune, he'll be able to do it with one of his 6 hedge trimmers. Have you got 6 hedge trimmers?
No, I've got 2.
Oh, well, there you are. So he's winning over that one then. Goodness gracious me. I'm so glad I'm not the only one who has to put up with it. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. We'll see. Swap strategies. Oh, my golly gosh. Last year in COVID, I was working in the COVID response team, and I was actually contact tracing. Now, I'm a little embarrassed to say, especially in a public setting like this, that I was nearly sacked because they caught me looking at Pornhub. Now, look, in my defence, they did tell me to check out exposure sites. I'm 60 now, so I'm definitely old. If I get to the end of a sentence without forgetting what I'm saying halfway through, I'm having a good day. My lips have disappeared into my face, and now I look like a sock puppet. And sex, well, sex is like Christmas lunch at a very posh restaurant. It's very exciting, because it's a very special treat. You get washed, shaved, and put on your best frock. You're determined to try something new on the menu. But when you get... There's someone laughing over there. Oh, yeah, I know what she's saying, I know. But when you get there, you order roast turkey because you know what you're getting and you don't want any nasty surprises. But sadly, lunch is over in a flash. You pull the cracker, it doesn't crack. And all you get is a bad joke and a plastic whistle. And then it's home for the rest of the afternoon to watch reruns of The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, so it's all very well, you laughing at me like that. You've got this coming, I tell you. If you're 40 years, you'll be laughing at the other side of your face. Anyway, look, I've got some good news. Especially now that with the whole COVID thing going away, we can fly. It's actually a lot easier than you would think to be an international drug smuggler. It's not that hard. My husband was given some weed and he put it in his wallet, and forgot all about it. And then in the meantime, he flew all over the world. He went to the US, he went to the UK. In fact, actually, he even went to Russia. And we found it the other day. And I tell you, I went through the whole gamut of emotions. From surprise, shock, horror. Because that weed was like dried up coriander. We couldn't smoke it and had to throw it away. Oh, what a waste. Oh, devastated I was. Even though I'm old, I do like my social media. And I got a message the other day on WhatsApp from what I thought was my daughter. And she said, "Hey, Mum, having a terrible day. I've lost my phone. I can't access my internet banking. And I've got to pay bills, 2,500 bills today. Can I borrow your bank card details?" You know where I'm going with this, don't you? So I said to her, what bills have you got to pay? And she said, "I've bought some devices." Now, I must admit, I did think devices, that's a funny turn of phrase. And then I suddenly thought, oh, I wonder if she's bought a vibrator. And she's too embarrassed to tell me. But $2,500, that's a hell of a vibrator. God, blimey. I mean, $2,500, that would not only buy you a rabbit, it'd buy you the whole bloody warren. Anyway, I gave her my bank card details for a bit of peace and quiet. And then, of course, the penny dropped, didn't it? I've been scammed. So, daughter and I, we've come up with a safe word, or actually I should say a safe phrase, so that when she says it, it proves that she is who she is when we're talking online. And the phrase, it goes like this, and feel free, if you're ever in the same situation, to use it if you want. The phrase goes like this. Hey, Mum, Ellen here. Don't give your bank card details to strangers on the internet, you silly fucking cow. Yeah, that'll do it. I know that's Ellen. Oh, goodness me. I come from a long line of mean women. Ellen's obviously carrying on the family tradition. My mother, when I was a little girl, my mother used to chase me around the garden, flicking the back of my bare legs with an elastic band. That's mean, isn't it? Yeah, it is mean. But give her due, it was a great example of multitasking. Scared the shit out of me, and I got my 10,000 steps. So anyway, look, it's been a bit hit and miss which way I'd go throughout my life, whether I'd end up, nasty or nice. It's like the time that hubby fell down the steps at the rugby, and I made him walk home because it served him right for being drunk. It turned out he had concussion and 3 cracked ribs. So, when he rang me and said that he'd swallowed his dentures whilst eating pizza at the pub, I thought, this is it. This is my moment to shine. This is my chance to show that I really am, after all that, I really am deep down a good person. So I rushed him to A&E. Has anyone been to A&E in Canberra Hospital lately? My golly gosh. I waited for hours and hours in that awful waiting room with some very dodgy people. I worried myself sick. I worried myself sick about it. And then I got a phone call from the pub to say they'd found his teeth under the table. So I gave them back to him after he'd had his barium enema and 5 days of sifting shit. Guess I landed on nasty. Oh dear. I'm actually a midwife. It's a bit of a worry, isn't it? I've just told you I'm nasty, haven't I? And what I've noticed as a midwife is that pregnant women are obsessed with their appearance. And I've had many a conversation, women coming into labour, into hospital, saying things to me like, oh, Sarah, I'm so sorry. I didn't have a chance to shave down there. I got caught on the hop. Caught on the hop? Come on, to this day, I don't know how you got caught on the hop. You've had 9 months to get ready. Anyway, I'm not worried about the state of your fluff. I've got far more important things to worry about. Like, are you going to have a nice normal birth? Is the baby fit and healthy? Did I take the chicken out the freezer? Look, I've been a midwife for 40 years and I've seen a lot of changes over the years. And one of the things is back in the day, when the baby was being born, we used to suck the baby's mouth out with something called a mucus extractor. And it's made up of 2 pieces of plastic tubing with a little bottle in the middle. And I used to put one end in my mouth, the other end in the baby's mouth, and you suck and the mucus would go into the bottle. Everything would be fine. One day I was doing that, and but instead of all the poo, muck and gunge going into the bottle... You've heard this story before, haven't you? It went straight into my mouth. Put a whole new perspective on that age-old question. Do you spit or do you swallow? Thank you very much, everybody. That's true.